Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting session on Unacademy CAT-alyst. Today's session I'm going to talk all about the CAT 2020 mock paper that was released sometime back yesterday to be precise. So you got to be aware of the CAT 2020 mock paper if you are writing the CAT this year. So as always, the first thing I'm going to tell you is just give me 10 seconds to make sure that I'm streaming live before we get into the discussions. Yes, I think we are streaming live and we are good to start. Let's get started. So CAT 2020 mock paper, right, was officially released yesterday. So if you remember, if you had visited the CAT website before, it had mentioned that it will be releasing the mock paper somewhere in late October or early November. So this is a screenshot from the CAT website, from the IIM website. You see there is a new link. They have added 3 new links. Okay, this is on your home page. So on the home page, if you scroll down, you get 2 sections, a no more and a quick tour. So on the quick tour, right, under the quick tour section, 3 links were added yesterday in the IIM website. One of them is the most awaited CAT 2020 mock test link. Okay, and there are the other one is the link for PWD candidates. What is a PWD candidate? It is for person with disabilities. So in case you have filled up the CAT form under the PWD category, you need to click on the second link. Okay, and there is also a navigation guide. That's point 1. The other important point is the disclaimer that has been mentioned. So once you click on the CAT 2020 mock test link, right, it will take you to this page. It will take you to this page where there is a disclaimer. Now what does the disclaimer says? The disclaimer tells you that the mock test actually contains questions from previous year CAT paper. From the previous year CAT paper. So basically if you look at the mock questions and if you have done the previous year questions, you would realize that most of them are from CAT 2019 question paper, right? So it will have both MCQs and non-MCQs. So in case you have already attempted the CAT 2019 paper, you might just want to have a glance. It will be the same set of questions more or less. If not CAT 2019, some questions are probably from older CAT papers, but all are from previous CAT papers. Now, what is the rationale behind not putting out new questions? Why not putting out new questions? Okay, I'll come to the rationale, but before that, there is something more important. What is more important is the objective of the mock test IIM Indore has mentioned is not to disclose the exam pattern for CAT 2020 or it will not give you how many questions one might expect. So they want to retain the surprise element. You know, obviously all of you must be knowing that CAT is known for surprises. So it doesn't want to reveal the number of questions. So if you look at the mock paper, how many questions does it contain? It is same as CAT 2019. It will have 34 questions in the verbal section, 32 questions in the LRDI section and 34 questions in the quant section. Now what does it mean? The mock paper says this is a mock paper for CAT 2020. Now can I say that CAT 2020 will also have the same number of questions? No, it definitely doesn't mean that. It definitely does not mean that. Because trust me, even if it contains 34 questions, the good part will be you cannot attempt all 34, but you should look at it positively. If it were to contain 34 questions, the good part will be you will have more questions to choose from. Now, if I am expecting, let's say 22 to 25 questions, what is the expectation that probably all experts are saying, and even in your mocks, if you are looking at it, you are getting somewhere around 22 to 25 questions in every section. Imagine instead of 22 to 25 questions, CAT 2020 contains the surprise element 34 questions. You should not panic. You should not panic. Why? Because instead of previously you would have targeted 17 questions out of 22. Now you'd still target 17, but you know what? Out of 34. So that way, if I look, it would make things much easier right? And you should actually feel positive about it and hope that you get 34 questions, because then it would be more of question selection and you would have a more choice to have questions from. Same goes for LRDI. The mock paper has 32 questions and the quant section, the mock paper has 34 questions. Now, along with the disclaimer, CAT 2020, right? It also gives you a login option. It also gives you a login option. Now, what is the user ID and the password? You do not need to enter any user ID and the password. Basically, it is dummy data, right? Can you see it? A 511111 has already been entered. It is pre-entered and a password has already been defaulted. So it is dummy data. You just need to click on sign in. You just need to click on sign in. Moment you click on sign in, it will take to the first page. It will take you to the first page. And there are some important instructions on the first page. Okay, I'll come to this page, but before that, let's go through some important instructions which are mentioned there. Okay, this is the first page after you click on login. Point number 1, probably all of you know how many sections are there. Point number 2 tells you the time limit, so no surprises there. 1, 2, no surprises. Number 3, it will tell you 120 minutes. It's a 2-hour paper, no surprises. Point 4 is talking about MCQs and non-MCQs. Absolutely no surprises there also. Point 5 tells you there is a timer that will be set. So that is also perfectly fine. Where you actually need to concentrate is probably point 6. What does point 6 tell you? The point 6 tell you that only for rough work, right? You will be allowed to use only the writing pad that they provide. And you know what? It is also mentioned that there will only be one writing pad provided to you. There will only be one writing pad provided to you. So what does it mean? It means you need to use your space judiciously, the paper judiciously. What is the reason? The reason could be because of COVID, they want to minimize contact. So they definitely would not give you a second rough sheet. So please make sure that you are using your paper judiciously. Okay? That's the first screen. That's your first screen where point 6 is something you might not be knowing before, and I stressed on point 6 the number of rough sheets that you will be entitled to. The second part of it. The second part of it is, if you click on the next button, it will take you to a set of instructions. There is absolutely nothing new. On the exam day, you actually need to enter your registration number and the password. So that's very obvious. But apart from that, there is absolutely no new information. How many MCQs and how many TITA type in your answer type questions, even that they have not mentioned. They have not mentioned, right? Nothing has been mentioned. So you just need to click on it. You need to agree. This is your exam page, right? The first page on your exam date. So you click, you agree to it, check mark this, and then you will click on I am ready to log in. I am ready to log in. So moment you click on I am ready to log in, your timer will actually start during the actual exam. So up till here, there is no timer. So moment you are ready to click in, a timer would start. So moment you click on I am ready to log in, let's see how the screen would look like. Let's see how your CAT interface would look like. This would be the interface on your CAT day. This is exactly the interface that they would provide. Now have a look. I think this looks very much similar to what you already might be practicing with, right? So on the left side is the passage. As you know, section 1 is verbal, section 2 is DILR, and section 3 is QA. You cannot skip among the sections, right? So you have the first questions. The questions will appear on the right? And please make sure that you use this judiciously. You use this judiciously. You see there are 5 options available for you. 5 options. When I say 5 options, the green color, anywhere you mark an answer, it will show in green. It will show it green. If you're on your screen, let's say this portion, it is red. What does it mean? You have not answered. And the good part is, if you use it judiciously, the last 10 minutes, you can actually come back because you have already marked the questions for review. You know which questions you have attempted, which questions you have not attempted, right? and the CAT will not allow you to select multiple choices. So the software is designed in such a way that you can select only one correct choice. Similarly, gray color means it is not marked. You have not even marked that question. Purple color means you have marked it for review. What is marked for review? These are questions which you have actually feel that you did not get the answer, but if you tried one more time, you might get the answer. So use this purple color judiciously, okay? Because at the last 10 minutes, you probably would want to come back and review all the purple colored questions. Why? It would mean you are marked for review and you are on the verge of getting an answer, right? And this symbol, what does it mean? It is also purple, but you see there is a white bubble over there. It indicates that you have answered the question, but probably you are not sure. You might want to change your answer, and hence you might want to come back and review. There will also be a collapsible option out here. So moment you click on that black button that you see, right, what will happen? The screen that you are seeing, the buttons, the question numbers, they will collapse and they will no longer be visible on your screen. They will no longer be visible on your screen. So let's say there is a LR question where there is a horizontal scroll bar, and probably you are having to scroll the bar every time to move towards the right to read a question. At that time, probably you might want to collapse. You might want to collapse the on-screen question tab, right? The on-screen question tab. So I hope I answered your queries, and probably you get some idea what your CAT examination would look like. The timer is predetermined. It would start moment you click on I am ready, and it would immediately stop moment it touches 0. So if you have attempted the mocks, you already know about this. The number would be visible on your screen, the time left. Similarly, your name would appear out here. Your name would appear out here. So verbal, then DILR, and then quants. Anything else that you all wish to ask at this point of time? Any query that you might be having regarding the mock paper? Anything that you might wish to ask? So Abhimanyu is asking 34 questions in 40 minutes. Abhimanyu, that's how the mock has been designed. But as I said, the mock has been picked up from a previous year CAT paper. Does it mean 34 questions this year also? No, because IIM has been explicit in pointing out that they do not want to disclose the number of questions. And let's say you are writing the evening slot. Does it mean that the number of questions will be same as per the morning slot and the afternoon slot? Not necessarily. So if you ask your friend who has appeared in the morning slot how many questions are there, he or she might give you a number. But do not go with a predetermined notion that even the evening slot would have the same set of questions, right? Because at the end of the day, the only thing that is certain about the CAT is it is uncertain. It is uncertain, right? That's the only thing you can tell about the CAT. It is uncertain and you should be ready to make changes. So do not have a predetermined notion. Even if the morning section has, let's say, 25 questions, the afternoon section might have 27 questions in one particular section. So that number might also vary. So don't worry about that. Anything that you all wish to ask at this point of time? Any query, any doubt that you have? A lot of people are live. So if you have a doubt, you can ask me. This is a good time to ask your questions. Anything? And remember, you are also, and there are some do's and don'ts, right? There are some do's and don'ts for your CAT on the exam day, which I would also like to mention. There is one thing that I definitely like to mention, because a lot of you often make mistakes. Do not sign the admit card. Do not, okay, sign the admit card beforehand. So in your admit card, there is an option to sign, okay? Do not sign the admit card beforehand. A lot of you often make this mistake. You need to sign the admit card in front of the invigilator. In front of the invigilator on the exam day. So please make sure that you are not signing the admit card beforehand. Also, you need to be wearing a mask. You need to be wearing a mask. So I would suggest that at least once or twice, the last 2 mocks that you give before your exam, wear a mask at home and start writing the exam. because you don't know how comfortable or uncomfortable you might feel with the mask on for 2 hours. So the last 2 mocks that you write before your CAT, definitely have a mask on so that you get accustomed to the CAT actual environment. And one more thing regarding the don'ts. Okay, regarding the don'ts is you will not be allowed to wear your shoes inside. No shoes are allowed. So probably on your exam day, it is always better if you wear sandals or slippers or something which is easy to open. So when I say no shoes, I mean no shoes inside the exam hall. So please make sure that you take a note of this. And for girls, you are not allowed to have any mehendi. No mehendi on your hands. So please make sure that you have none of them. Otherwise, you definitely do not want a problem. And in the do's, I would like to mention one more point. You need to carry 2 copies of your admit card. 2 copies of your admit card, okay? So please make sure that you are carrying 2 copies of admit card along with the identity proof. You need to carry 2 copies. That has been specifically mentioned. So please make sure that you do that. And if it comes to the don'ts, no bio breaks allowed. No bio breaks are allowed in between the exam. So if you are writing the exam and let's say you have some medical condition which wants you to have visit the washroom probably frequently, okay, better carry a medical certificate. If you are suffering from any medical condition. Otherwise, the invigilator might not allow you to actually go for a bio break in between the exam. Okay, so these are points that you definitely need to take care of before the actual D-Day. Any other point that you wish to ask, that you wish to clarify at this point? Any other doubts you have? Any other doubts that you have? So are we good? Are we good with this? Yes? Okay. So that's it. And the last thing I'll just repeat is mocks have 34 questions. Plus B. But you need to be flexible enough to ensure that you are ready for even 22 or 25. So someone is asking, will the question level be lower than before? Trust me, this question no one can answer, right? No one can answer this question. You need only I and Indore will know it and no one else will know about this, right? So do not worry about the difficulty level, because if the difficulty level is very high, the cutoffs will be low. When I say cutoffs will be low, I mean the raw score will be low. If the paper is easy, the raw score will be high and hence the cutoffs will also be very high. So do not worry about the difficulty level, because other than I am Indore, who is setting the paper, no person on this planet will be able to answer this question and do a guess. There is no point guessing what they might try to do, right? Be prepared for all eventualities. Any other question that you have? Anything else? Okay, then that's it. I hope you got some information. I mean, everything regarding the mock examination. And if you have liked my video, definitely do hit the like button. And thank you so much. Please stay safe and keep preparing. Remember, CAT is only a few days away, and I'm sure you're going to crack it. So stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow with another session of mine. Bye.